not gonna lie, it actually feels a little bit surreal to sit here and say that here we are, day 100. This time has absolutely flown by the way. Like, there's been so many years where I feel like it's taken forever, or I've gotten to May and I've not really done anything. Dude, this year is not even May, and I feel like this year has already gone on for so long. If I look back to like my first videos or what I was doing in January, or even back to like Chinese New Year when I had that big weekend, bro, that feels so long ago now. In fact, even like March feels so long ago. It was only like fucking last month. But it's just because every single day I was just always doing more things, right? Like, I think the best way I can compare my routine for like my whole life effectively, compared to this year, is that this year I'm just always doing so much more shit. It feels like the days are just way longer, and I don't really notice that at first, but now, like I said, I'm looking back to like sometimes I just scroll down to my older videos, and like even videos from like a month ago, they just seems like they were so long ago. Do you know what I mean? But it's just because my days were always so packed. My days were always so like scheduled, that I was always doing so much stuff that like it just feels like I've accomplished so much more of my time than I basically have in any other year of my life effectively. And that's not even like an exaggeration, that's quite literally what happened. I've accomplished so much more in this like 100 days than I have in any sort of like aspect of my life. So 100 days, and the first thing to celebrate is the gym has remained unshaken. This is the longest, most consistent window I've ever had at the gym in my entire life. I've hit over 100 visits in the gym. I think when I started this year, I had about 30 to 35 visits on my gym membership, and I'm pretty sure now we're at about 120-ish. So yeah, we've hit the triple digit gym visits. I got the little achievement on the little app. It was like, whoopee, you, congratulations on your 100 gym visit. But I'm not gonna lie, at the same time when I saw it, I was like, oh fuck yeah, man. So we've actually got some definition in the old body, in the old shoulders and the upper chest and everything. Like, I can tell that I've gotten a little bit like thinner. I'm getting a lot of comments from other people, especially like my manager at work. He was like, actually, you're looking a little bit muscular there, man. I was like, thank you. I've got it from a load of customers. I've got it from people that I know. I've gotten it from quite a few people. Even just the other week, I had it from someone obviously just wearing a t-shirt, and they're like, oh my, you're actually looking a lot better, which is a very, very nice feeling. I can't lie. I try and to be fair, I don't try and brush it off. I like to relish in it. I do like to relish in it. Like, come on, I've put work in for like this last like 100 days or something into my body and going to the gym, right? So you think when somebody tells me that I'm looking muscular, I'm looking thinner, I'm looking better, healthier, or like more in shape, you think I'm not sitting there relishing in it? No, of course I am, man. I like being proud of it, man. It feels good. It feels good. A little ego stroke every now and again, you know? You can't say no to that, really, can you? So yeah, gym has remained basically unshaken. There was 1 week where we had 2 visits in that 1 week, and I'm pretty sure every other week was 5+, so either 5 or 6. I think there was 1 week with 4, and I think there was 1 week with 7. So gym has remained very consistent, 5 to 6 days a week, every single week for the last 10 weeks or so, whatever it is. No, way more than 10 weeks, right? How long's 100 days? Like 13, 14 weeks. So yeah, gym's remained unshaken. Very proud of that. Doing very well at the gym, actually. The weights are going up and everything. The weights I'm lifting is going up, and the weight I'm holding on my body is going down. Is basically what I'm trying to say. So yeah, gym went very well. What else did we have going on? So we had the kanji. I've learned about 1,000 kanji or so, and I say learn, that's kind of a bit of a stretch, but yeah, I've learned about 1,000 kanji for the old Japanese learning, and I'm not gonna lie, that kind of fell off. I went way too hard. I was trying to do 30 kanji every single day to try and make it. Basically, what it was, I wanted to finish this book before I go on holiday, right? Even though I'm not even going to Japan yet, for some reason, I really wanted to finish this book before I went on holiday, and the book has like the first 2,200 or 2,300 characters that you need to kind of read most of the newspaper, but not all of it. And for some reason, I really wanted to get it finished before I went on holiday, right? So I was learning about 30 new characters a day. And at first, I was loving it, bro. I was loving just diving into it, learning all these new kanji, creating new stories for, like, remembering them, and just, like, just kind of tearing through it, right? Those 30-day reviews they started to add up, because before I knew it, I was reviewing like 200 plus kanji a day. And then if you ever miss a day by accident, like sometimes every now and again, you do just forget. You don't do it out of sheer like rebelling, I guess. Is that I don't do it out of the want to rebel. I just do it out of, I just forget to do it out of just genuinely forgetting. Like, I would just genuinely forget sometimes, every now and again. And then the issue with that is, if you miss one day of 200 reviews, the next day it's like 300, 350, and you have to sit there for like 45 minutes to an hour going through all these characters. And the nail in the coffin for me, which is kind of what made me slow down on that tremendously, was there was one time where it actually missed 2 days. So I forgot the first day. Second day I was at work, I was like, oh damn, I've got to do the kanji. I was like, alright, I'll do it in a bit. Then I forgot to do it, and then I got home, and then I went to bed, and I didn't want to do it at that point. And then the next day I opened the app, and it was like 400 reviews, and I was like, man, fuck this, dude. 400? Do you know how long I'm going to be sitting there with 400 reviews? But that is simply because I chose too many words up front. But then again, the first like couple months it did go really well. Like I said, we've learned 1,000 kanji, right? That's nothing to like, you know, brush off. Like, we're basically halfway there at this point. So I think when I come back from holiday, instead of trying to do 30 a day and trying to finish the book in like record timing, I'm just gonna go down to like 10, 15, make it really, really easy, and just make it really easy to be consistent. Basically, that's kind of my new outlook, which we'll talk about later, because that's another thing I want to talk about. But my new outlook that this journey has taught me: make whatever you want to do as easy as possible to be consistent. Like, you just want to be able to do it every single day. I don't care about how long it takes. I don't care about the gains or like the results. I just care about how easy it is to be consistent every single day, so that I can show up every single day. That is probably one of the main things that I've been kind of realizing lately, is for me personally anyway. I understand not everybody needs that. For me, I really struggle being consistent over long periods of time, as seen with this journey. Check the uploads. But literally, for me, I need it to be easy every single day so that I can keep doing it, because otherwise I just get burnt out. I'm a very I like to really fucking dive into shit and like just go crazy with it, just really get obsessed. But that usually ends with me burning out after like a month or two. Like, in everything, in video games as well, not just real life, but like even with games, I would literally buy a new game. In 1 month, I would have like, 75, 100 hours. I'd complete it, and then I'd never touch it again. That's just the kind of personality I have, So trying to work around that personality and make a lot of things easier for me is something that I'm kind of learning. It's kind of new to me, I guess. So, and yeah, that's definitely one massive advantage that this journey has taught me so far. So, reading, oh man, reading is actually so OP, man. I swear to God, every single time I would start reading something, it would literally just pull me out of the rut that I'd fallen into like in the last few days. And yet it's so hard for me to stay consistent, bro. I just can't stay. The thought of reading that just does not give me any dopamine. You know how like when you reach for your phone, and I mean, I don't have social media anymore. That's another thing. I just stopped doom scrolling. I haven't really downloaded any apps or anything, so that's quite nice. But do you remember that feeling of when like you would go to scroll like Instagram Reels, or I never used TikTok, but I'm sure you probably did. If you go to scroll TikTok, you open your phone and you feel excited, right? You're like, oh yeah, TikTok, let's go watch some Reels, Instagram, short forms. Dude, you don't get that with the Kindle. I never grabbed my phone, grabbed my Kindle and went, oh, fuck yeah, I can't wait to read, bro. Like, I know some people are like that, and you know what? I'm really happy for you. It's just not me, bro. But for me, whenever I would start reading, as long as I started and I read for like a minute, then the ball starts rolling. And dude, reading just really clears your fucking head, man. It just takes all your focus out of like whatever the fuck you're thinking about, and it just puts it into the book. You can't really read stuff and be distracted at the same time. Reading really directs your focus, and I really like it for that, because I feel like my focus is a fucking really, big bitch. It really struggles to just fucking lock in on something, I really struggle to focus on stuff. Maybe ADHD, I don't fucking know. I'm not diagnosed or anything. I'm just making shit up for, excuses. But I think the fact that reading just really dials in my focus, I think that's why I like it so much, because I don't like being unfocused. And yet, despite all that, I didn't really stay consistent with it. I did read a few books. I read 3 books over this 100 days. I read Man's Search for Meaning by Viktor Frankl. I read Dopamine Nation. And I read The Power of Now by someone's name who I cannot pronounce. And honestly, all of these books were fucking bangers. I can't lie to you. Dopamine Nation kind of taught me a lot. The Power of Now was without a doubt the most interesting one because I wanted to believe everything that I read in that book. But it's really the book's kind of written in a master to student kind of way. The book isn't really trying to teach you anything. The book is just telling you that everything you want is basically obtainable right now, and every state of mind is literally obtainable if you just believe in it. And like, yeah, sure, I'm sure it's true and all, but for me it's really hard to believe that sometimes, you know what I mean? Even though I'm not disputing the author or anything, I'm just saying it's a lot easier said than done, and sometimes it felt quite isolating to read that and not really relate to it. But I still think it was a phenomenal book, but it was definitely the hardest one for me to finish out of all of them. Man's Search for Meaning, the first chapter was brutal. It was very gruesome, very tough read, not very motivating at all, to be honest with you. It was actually a bit depressing. But the first chapter is very much required for what the second half of the book goes on to talk about, because the first half of the book is basically the first chapter. Second half of the book is him talking about his school of science and how you can find meaning in suffering even if it's not something that you've chosen to do. It's a really good book for understanding that even though even though you don't enjoy something right now, as long as you can find a certain line of meaning in it, which is actually quite possible in most of the things that you do. Look, this guy's at a fucking Nazi death camp, right? If his family are being killed and he's in a fucking death camp and he's still finding meaning in his suffering, I'm pretty sure we can find meaning at our fucking 9-to-5 jobs, you know what I mean? And that was one thing that I really liked about the second half of the book, is that he never put himself on a pedestal with the things that he was talking about in terms of suffering, right? So he would say like, oh yeah, so I was at this death camp. It's very similar to how the average person now wakes up and does things that they don't want to do. And I'd read that and be like, no, it fucking isn't. Like, that's actually huge that he would even say that, because he genuinely believes, and well, it genuinely is it would be so easy for him to say, I lived in a Nazi death camp for like 3 years. My opinion trumps yours. Here's the answers. But he didn't do that, you know. He actually made himself relatable to the reader, even though the severity of the issues were so different. It was really like kind of liberating in a way to kind of find relatability in something that, you know, we will most likely never experience. So that was a really, really nice part of the book that I quite enjoyed, to be honest with you. And Dopamine Nation is just a brilliant science book for understanding dopamine. I highly recommend it. I feel like every single self-help guru on the YouTube platform has already recommended this book, so I don't really have much to say about it. Even though I'm not talking about it, don't think it isn't good. It's still really, really good. So yeah, that's books. I kind of stopped reading books when I started reading The Courage to Be Disliked, which is kind of ironic because I was actually enjoying it the most out of all the other books. But reading is 100% something that's going to be in the back of my mind forever. It's something that I'm definitely going to try to reincorporate into the routine. I think reading is so OP, bro. I really do. And yeah, without a doubt, once I'm back in May, reading will 100% become part of the routine again, without a doubt. Without a doubt in my mind, to be honest with you. So yeah, reading OP, pick up a fucking book. Man, morning routine and fucking early little bit of exercise. I cannot understate how good this is, man. Seriously. Waking up and just immediately getting sunlight in the first 5-10 minutes of the day and then going for a little walk. It was only a little 10-15 minute walk. It really wasn't that big a deal. Incredible. Incredible to do. Just so nice. Getting out and just having it. You don't have to do this, but if you have a little bit of socialization as well, because I would see a lot of dog walkers, we would always say hi, have a little chat. Just waking up and just having communication, sunlight, activity, you know, all of that in the first like 10 to 20 minutes of your day. Dude, I feel like that is just so powerful, I'm not going to lie. Really sorted my head out most of the times. And then also coming back and meditating afterwards. Now, meditating kind of fell off towards the end of the journey because every single day was so crammed and I was still so stressed that I felt like it wasn't really doing as much as I wanted it to. But that's a whole other story that I could talk about because meditation is a bit of a fucking nutshell in itself, really, eh? But meditating for the first few months of this journey was really good, and I do kind of regret not being consistent with it, because I feel like just being in like a present state of mind is so important. But I don't know, man. For me, it wasn't really working that well this time. I've had many phases where I've meditated every single day. Every single one has been so good, and I've always been so regretful that I stopped. But this one, I think because my days were just so jam-packed, and I still had such a long way to go in the old journey, and I was like quitting nicotine and everything, I just felt like this meditation was making me so antsy, you know. And when I was actually meditating, it would always feel so good, but there would be so much resistance to actually going and doing it. And it got to a point where I was like, well, I'd rather spend this like 10-15 minutes just doing something productive. So towards the end, it fell off, but I do kind of regret that. And without a doubt, another thing when I come back in May, just like reading, this will 100% becoming a permanent part of my routine. Meditation, I think, is just so great. It's just because I just felt like I was trying to do so much in this last 100 days that I didn't really want to put meditation at the top of the priority list, because there was just so many other things that I wanted to do. And then, so if I ever woke up late, meditation would be one of the first things to go. Do you know what I mean? Like, if I had a jam-packed schedule, if I woke up an hour late and I was like, I don't really have time to do everything today, meditation would be the first one I would axe, just because I didn't really prioritize it as much as the other ones. You know what I mean? But other than that, like the morning walk, trying to sleep and wake up at a consistent time, really good. Meditation, really good. Obviously showering every day, should kind of go without saying. Brushing teeth every day. And then of course an evening routine as well, which was basically just the same thing. I'll just go for a walk, and I wouldn't really meditate in the evening. I always found it way harder to meditate in the evening, I guess because you're more awake now. But the reason it's so good is because, let's say you go for an evening walk, right? And then every single time you go for an evening walk, you go straight to bed afterwards. If you ever need to sleep, just going for an evening walk will start to make your body tired, because your brain has now associated that thing with sleep. So morning routine, evening routine, I think these are just phenomenal things. I really do. And yeah, another thing that's being a permanent part of the daily routine now. This is the beautiful thing about doing this thing, bro. Is that I've done so much stuff in this last 100 days, and we haven't even talked about everything yet, but I've done so much stuff. There's so many things I want to be part of my permanent daily routine, assuming we have the time, and I just cannot wait, because I know for a fact it exists a year or so in the future when I'm not at my regular job, and I can just fill up my day with as many productive habits as I possibly can, and not have a fucking job just draining all the mental energy out of me, just so I can really lock in and focus on all these things, bro. Because this has shown me there's so many things I want to do in my daily routine, but we just don't have the time, bro. Not only do we not have the time, we don't have the energy. But reading, meditating, morning walk, evening walk, these are all the gym as well, the kanji study, these are all things that I want to be a permanent part of my daily routine. And locking in for 100 days and forcing myself to try them has really kind of shown me that, yeah, this is what I want to do, actually. This really is the things, these really are the things, that I want to do every single day, and these are the things I want to improve at, and I love just improving every single day, bro. I swear it's one of the most addictive feelings ever, just feeling yourself getting better at something. That's why when you lock in and you get really sucked into the gym, that the gym is such a motivating habit to have, because every single week you're trying to be a little bit better than the last session, you know? And I love that feeling. Actually, just last week, I was trying to bench press 60 kg for the first time, right? And a month before that, or just over a month before that, when I was at the gym with my friends, they tried to get me to bench 60 kg because they saw I could do 40, so they thought I could do 60. I couldn't even move the bar, bro. It just sat on my chest. I couldn't move it. They had to pull it off me. It wasn't even close, right? And that was just about maybe 5-6 weeks ago or something, maybe more. I can't really remember. And then last week, I'm at the gym with my other friend, and I think, fuck it, let's try 60 kg again. Let's do what I did last month for a little bit before that. Bang, like 2 reps. I just got 2 reps out of it, bro, and it didn't even feel that heavy. I'm not gonna lie. And I got 2 reps, and I stood there, got off the bench, and I was like, holy shit! I literally couldn't do that 5-6 weeks ago, or however long it was. And that is just like literal visual progression That is the definition of progression, and it feels so good. I was buzzing. I was walking around like I was the hottest shit in that fucking room. I'm not even kidding, bro. And I guess that's why I got so addicted to video games when I was growing up, because they make it so streamlined, you know? They make it so... I mean, obviously it's fake progression. It's not real. But at the same time, they design it in a way that makes it feel like you're progressing tremendously. Now, I'm not talking about skill at a video game. That's very real. You can be better at a video game. I mean, like, you know, character progression and stuff, right? Like, oh, you're level 1, now you're level 5, and oh, look, you've been playing for 2 hours, and now you're level 100, and you've saved the whole kingdom. Like, that's fake progression. I think that's why I got so addicted with video games, even to this day, because it's like artificial progression. So that's why I'm trying to stay away from all that stuff right now. But all the engineering that we've gone through is another video, boys. So let's not open that can of worms right now, because you all know how I feel about these fucking AAA companies brainwashing us. But yeah, let's not get into that. I'm not gonna lie, bro, I really didn't expect to be at 21 minutes already. So not to rush through the video, but fuck, I haven't really got too much time to keep going, so I am gonna have to try and speed things up a little bit. So towards the end of the journey, it's pretty obvious that I fell off a little bit, right? I started burning out quite tremendously, and one thing I learned is why, when you look online and you look at all these like challenges that you go through, a lot of them are 30 days, 60 days, and I think there's one called 75 hard or something, and I'm kind of starting to realize, or I realized quite a while ago, why these journeys go on for like 60 to 75 days max, and it's because... Well, at least this is just my personal experience. When I got to day 80, yeah, I really started to hit burnout. And then I got to like day 85 and like everything started falling apart, especially because I was so close to the end and so close to a holiday. I really just wanted a big break, right? Breaks are very, very important. You can't just keep going on without having a break. And this is exactly what the holiday coming up now is. I leave on Thursday, by the way. Let's go. But it's very easy to see like how much I fell off, like, and the thing is, there's multiple reasons for this. First of all, in hindsight, doing daily uploads for 100 days, I don't know why I thought I had 100 days worth of content to talk about every single day. I've mentioned this a few times before. I just started running out of stuff to talk about, you know. I didn't want to come on here and just be like, hello guys, today I had oatmeal and I had chicken and broccoli rice, went to the gym, did my daily routine, and that was it, bye bye. Do you know what I mean? I didn't really see the point in doing that, so I kind of started struggling to think like, what do I even talk about? But another thing, like, not stopping at the burnout was because you're gonna experience burnout in like everything you do, right? Eventually, if you are doing something enough, you are going to face a little bit of resistance, and I wanted to fight it for once, you know. Like, all the time I would just experience that, and I would just kind of burn out, and I would just let it happen, and I would just stop doing everything, because I was like, well, I don't have the motivation anymore, so I don't want to do it. I wanted to fight it this time, bro. Get a little bit of a combat experience, you know, just against the fucking burnout. Just get some combat experience, just push through it. I had a deadline, I had an end goal, so I thought, fuck it, I'm just going to keep going despite how I feel, and I'm just going to push through, get some XP, and just really, really work against it, you know. And it definitely had some positives, that's for sure, but it also had quite a lot of negatives, so I'm still kind of deciding if it was a good idea or not, but I think it is. I think it's something unavoidable that you have to try and do if you want it. Another thing, and this sounds a little bit silly to say out loud, but it's prioritizing priorities, right? So my priorities were gish galloping from thing to thing, like every few weeks, right? I think if you want to pick priorities, you pick 1 or 2 priorities and you really just dial in on them, right? So for me, it was like my priorities were daily uploads here, and it was also the morning routine, and it was also the gym, and it was also losing weight, and it was also this, it was also that. I think if you really want to lock in on something, you really just pick 1 or 2 priorities, and you tell yourself every single day, this is what I'm going to do, and you be satisfied with just completing that every single day. Everything else is just a bonus. The thing is, with me, especially doing this for 100 days, I was trying to do way too much every single day, which is great for short bursts. I think for short bursts, that's fine, but trying to do that every single day for 100 days, I've just realized it is, for me anyway, it isn't sustainable. Maybe you are a freak. Maybe you're built different like that, right? I like to think I am as well, but doing it for that long a period of time is just so time consuming, and you really feel like you have no free time, you have no leisure time. So I feel like especially when I come back in May, I'm really just going to dial in on one or two things, be content with just completing those things every single day, and then having loads of free time to develop or pursue other things as well, without having that feeling of I need to do this, right? Because that feeling I need to do this too much in one day is a pretty fucking daunting feeling, to be honest with you. It's quite demoralizing when you don't complete those things. So let's say I did a daily upload, I did a walk, I did meditation, I did the gym, but I forgot to do the kanji today. That would just ruin my whole day. But that's ridiculous because I've already done so much. I should be proud of what I've done in this day, right? So boiling down to one or two priorities and being content with completing them, that is another thing I've learned that I think is going to be very powerful going forward as well. So yeah, reevaluating priorities is something I'm definitely going to be doing. And well, I've already kind of done it. I kind of know I'm going to talk about what I'm going to prioritize in the future. But I think that's one thing that really has stuck with me in this journey as well. Because for some reason, I just don't give myself enough credit, bro. I'm going to be honest with you. Like, I don't know where it stems from, but like I've done this 100-day challenge, right? Locked in at the gym. Like I've abstained from nights out and drinking. I've said no to so many nights out with my friends in the last 100 days because they're just going to the pub and getting drunk. And that just didn't really appeal to me at the moment, right? So I've abstained from that. I've learned nearly 1,000 kanji. I had a really solid routine. But yeah, every single day, I just had that thought in my head of like, it's never enough, right? it's just never enough. And I don't think it really will feel ever enough until I'm like financially free, or I'm able to just comfortably be able to quit my job whenever I want. I don't think I'm going to feel content until I accomplish like that thing. So I think that is like my highest priority for the rest of the year, is just becoming financially independent. I think without a doubt that's one of the things that I've been thinking about more in the last like 3-4 years than anything else. Like just having financial freedom, bro. I swear to God, like I've mentioned this in a video before, but I hate to sound shallow, I swear it would solve all my problems. Like basically not all of my problems, obviously, right, but basically 90 to 99% of my problems would all be solved with financial freedom. So without a doubt, that's going to be one of the strongest priorities, right? Now, look, I do have a lot more to talk about, but this is apparently already going to be half an hour long. It's without a doubt the longest video I've ever recorded on this channel, and might even be the longest ever, because I don't know how else I would talk for over half an hour, right? But yeah, unfortunately, I don't really have time to keep going. I really wanted to get this video out today, because obviously today is day 100 to my knowledge. And even though there is a lot more stuff I want to talk about, it's already really long, and I do have work soon. So yeah, I should probably wrap it up. So again, big, massive shout out to all the boys that have been here for this 100 days, right? I obviously know not all of you have been here for the whole 100, but I swear I've been seeing similar names in the comment sections for the past 100 days, basically. And I just want to say, if any of you guys have been supporting the journey for a long time, big shout outs to you, man. Seriously, there's a lot of times where like it's kind of hard to stay motivated or whatnot, but then just coming on and seeing one comment from someone who's like genuinely invested, they genuinely want to see me succeed, and they're relating to stuff, and they feel what I'm going through, and I know what they're going through. Like, seeing your comments really made this like so much easier every single day, right? Just being able to come online and just like to read it, to give an answer, and kind of think about stuff as well from a different perspective. I just want to give a big shout out, huge thank you, huge thanks to all the boys in the comments. I really mean it, guys. I really appreciate all the support that I've had in the last like 100 days. Really happy that some of you guys have joined along for the journey. I'm very grateful to everyone that's been down in the comments, liking the videos. Like, I very much appreciate you boys. It's a lot easier to keep going when you know there's people in the same boat. You know what I mean? It's like it takes out the isolating like loneliness part to just being online all the time, when you know like people have your back, and you know people relate, right? This is real stuff that we're all going through. Do you know what I mean? This isn't just like some fucking fairy tale. This is real shit. It's real shit we're all going through. So seriously, big shout outs to everyone who's been following the journey. I really appreciate you boys, and I hope you guys are doing well as well. You know, I hope maybe you found a little bit of encouragement, or a little bit of what's the word, inspiration, I guess. If you've been inspired along this, then I'm really happy about that as well. I've got one of my friends coming down to the gym with me, because I was going every day, and just having that like feeling of knowing that like my actions are actually helping some people somehow, even if indirectly. Awesome feeling, really awesome feeling. So yeah, big shout outs to you boys. Really appreciate you all, genuinely. especially despite all the slippery slopes that we've been on in the journey. Because obviously there were a lot of hiccups in the journey, right? Especially in the last 2 weeks. I've really fallen off the wagon with the old daily uploads and stuff. I had that weekend in February where like I got super fucked up, and then like the whole routine kind of fell apart for a bit, but I got back on the saddle. And yeah, despite all that, you guys have been here, so yeah, I really appreciate it. So what's next for your boy then, huh? What's next for the big old Jimbo, huh? Well, first of all, time to celebrate. 2 days from now, Thursday, I fly on a holiday with my friends. We're going away for 10 days. Not back till about May 4th or something like that, so you won't be hearing from me for a little while. Also, the daily uploads will come to an end. I say daily uploads, even the last 2 weeks has not been daily whatsoever, but you know what I mean. And I think in the future, obviously I'm always going to be here on this channel, right, because I really enjoy it. It's become like a vice for me. It's become very like therapeutic to make videos here and stuff, but I think it's going to go down to like 1 or 2 videos a week, just when I genuinely have something to talk about, you know, and I'm not just filling time just to like upload for a daily upload because I said I would. I'm going to be making videos here when I genuinely have something that I really want to talk about, when I have something of value to actually offer. So that's going to drop down to like 1 or 2 a week, and there won't be any uploads until, you know, May 5th earliest, when I'm actually back. Like maybe I come back and I like talk about the holiday and stuff. Yeah, but the daily uploads will definitely be ceasing. It's just too much. It's too time consuming, bro. it's really rough for me. But yeah, 1 to 2 a week will certainly be a thing. Because I love making videos here, I really do, and I love hearing about how you guys are doing as well. So that's one of the things. That's like the future of the channel. I'll be talking about like just regular stuff that I'm talking about now, but it will be more in depth, probably longer videos, and then only 1 or 2 a week, so that I feel like I can actually put time into making something, you know, valuable, basically, right? Other than that, for me personally, outside of the channel, I think without a doubt, my #1 priority for the rest of the year will basically be pursuing financial freedom, whether that means, you know, content creation online, freelancing online with like video editing services or just content creation services, and trying to reach a goal where I can basically quit my job. I'm going to be honest, I don't really want to full quit the job because I do actually quite like the people there and stuff, but I think that's kind of just a copium. I think the best thing for me would be getting to a point where I can quit. But if I only did like Tuesday, Wednesday, or Wednesday, Thursday, just 2 days a week, I wouldn't really mind that either for a little bit. But yeah, that's without a doubt going to be big old Jimbo's goal for the rest of the year. Financial freedom, and yeah, quitting my job. Because, bro, I've been in that job way too fucking long now, man. I've been in that job for like 12 fucking years. I've done everything that shit has to offer. I've met everyone, every single customer we're ever going to have, every single complaint. I've done everything tenfold. So I'm sick of it, man. I got to get out of there, bro. But hey, look at that. We're gonna hit 35 minutes already, so yeah, I'm gonna raw upload this. I'm gonna be honest, I don't really have time to proof watch this, so. But yeah, thank you for following chapter 0 of the journey, first 100 days of the rest of my life. Again, really glad you guys have been here so long. And yeah, I should probably wrap the video up. So that's been it. That's been your boy Big Old Jimbo, chapter 0, first 100 days. Really appreciate everyone sticking along. Hope you're all doing very well. And I guess I will see all you boys in May when I have returned. So, yeah, it's been your boy Big Old Jimbo. I will see you in the next. Peace.